amazing viewers. Thank you so much for joining me on my program once again. I appreciate you wherever you are connecting from. If you have not subscribed to my channel, please kindly subscribe to my channel. Click the notification bell so that you'll be notified each time I upload a video. You will be among the first to receive it. Thank you so much and remain blessed. Whenever you look my video, whenever you watch my video, share the video to all platforms. Share it to family and friends. Share it in your WhatsApp group so that people can get information on what is happening in the contraption called Nigeria, mainly against the Biafrans, against the Duduas, against the indigenous people in the contraption called Nigeria. I try as much as possible to set the record straight. I don't preach hate speech. I don't speak against people. I set the record straight. The only important thing I do here is to make sure that the plight of the people remains on the front burner and the world will know the true story of what is going on in the contraption called Nigeria. Remember, they will always change the narrative. The government will always try as much as possible to use the conventional media to change the narrative, but that I will not allow. In this platform, we'll set the record straight and we'll say it the way it is. Not preaching hate speech, not by talking down to anybody, but setting the record straight and bringing the information to the front burner and letting the world know the exact situation of things. Each time you watch my video, you can equally go to the comment section, put down your comment, say it the way you feel it. It's so welcome. You can criticize if you so desire, but do it constructively so that we can be able to learn from one another. That is why I'm here. And now, I'm going to share with you a very important video. I hope after watching the video from the beginning to the end, you're going to enjoy the video and you continue to stick around and be able to enjoy the rest videos that are going to be coming your way from time to time. Thank you so much for coming. Today, the video I'm going to share with you is a very important video.
We'll be starting from Imo State, where the insecurity challenge is so high there, and most media houses are still very concerned because of the arrest and alleged kidnapping. Some say it was abduction, but the police said it was arrest of the son-in-law to the former governor of the state, Uchemusu. I have in the studio the national chairman, the Zenith Labour Party, Barrister Dan Wanyanwu. Thank you very much. I appreciate your time.
Thank you, Jama, for having me.
Can I say Happy New Year? Because I know I won't see you at 12 midnight.
Yes, we can say Happy New Year, even though some countries have seen next year.
I've already said Happy New Year.
They've already said Happy New Year.
Exactly.
So our own is coming up in the next few hours.
Well, let's just use these few minutes to ask you, as a politician, a national chairman, you've been in politics for so long.
Yes.
How would you rate the 2021 political year?
I can say emphatically that the 2021 as a year was turbulent, confusing. It brought a lot of dimensions into political activities, from parties to government, etc. I will not be far from the truth by saying that 2021 cannot be rated as a very good year politically, considering the political atmosphere. Even in government, you cannot also say it's a good one as it is going. I want to tell you that politics is sweet and it thrives when there is peace, orderliness. So that when you play politics, politics of reasoning, politics of facts, politics of, looking at what a government is doing and what it is not doing, the masses will understand the situation. But this year, threw the masses into confusion, and as a result of insecurity, or as a result of hunger, or both.
Or COVID.
Which started 2019.
Yes.
In fact, it came actually here in March 2020. So you can see, we will be happy to say, okay, let 2021 go. But let us not put ourselves in the position that in 2022, in few hours' time, we'll go ahead with what happened in 2021. I will score the entire political atmosphere in Nigeria about 20–30%.
That's failure.
Yes, it's failure because.
But who is responsible?
Yeah,
because you are still a politician, a senior one at that.
Yeah, you see, the best politics we should adopt is the politics of let's Ibrahim Waziri.
Okay.
Politics without bitterness.
Bitterness.
But what we have in Nigeria now is politics with bitterness, politics with acrimony, politics with hate, envious hate. I mean, if we play politics the way we are supposed to play it, the people will benefit from it. If you go out there on the street and ask Nigerians, are you better? In any state, or even federal government, they will tell you no, it was better before. I don't want to waste your time by quoting prices of foodstuffs in the market, from gari, mudu of gari to rice to, you know, how it is. Even this Christmas, most families did not enjoy it. Most families had to share. I remember somebody was telling me that the neighbor had to cook stew, and themselves they cooked rice, so they joined.
Wow.
Yes.
So that's
it was as bad.
That's how they live in Nigeria now.
It was as bad as that. So I think leaders must take full responsibility of their calling. Mandate was given to leaders. We must recognize also the insecurity situation, but it doesn't mean that we cannot do what we are supposed to do.
But who do we hold responsible? The political class have failed.
Well, it depends on where, but I think it's the political class.
Okay, so
even
they are owning up now that they have failed Nigerians.
Even the one that we have in Nigeria, it was brought by politicians who wanted to remain in power, who wanted to make sure that they control the system all the time. If you go to some states, the story is not different. You have just mentioned Imo. I'm waiting for you to throw your salvo, so that you can also understand and appreciate how the political class is responsible, fully responsible for the insecurity we are having in Nigeria. They may pretend, it doesn't matter how long they pretend. The political class is responsible for this. And it now behoves on the government that wants to operate within the rules, a government that wants to bring peace and orderliness in the country, to be firm and deal with that insecurity. Yes. All
right. So let's quickly, let's call for a short break now. So when we come back, we'll go straight to the state issues. We'll be starting with Imo State, because we really need to look at what has happened in that state, even in the southeast, the issue of IPOP, as well as insecurity, the burning down of police stations, the killing of police officers, the killing of top politicians, and the unresolved deep controversy, or can I say deep quagmire, or deep trouble, or deep issues between the former governor of Imo State as well as the incumbent governor of Imo State, which has now spread his hands and is affecting different people, their friends, families, and even those that are supporting them. That's what is happening in Imo State. We'll be looking at that, but let's quickly go to Edo State at this moment, where we also saw controversy between the state government and the APC. This time around, they are throwing tantrums at each other. The APC is calling for a state of emergency on Edo in the state, because they said the state government is involved in elephant project and siphoning money. But the state government didn't just keep quiet, they also replied them. Let's see this.
What Obaseki is practicing in Edo today is a democratic taboo. We therefore call on the President of the Federal Republic of Nigeria, as a matter of urgent national importance, to declare a state of emergency in Edo, so that we can truly have a proper sole administrator. Right now, Obaseki can no longer secure lives and properties of Edo citizens, contrary to his oath of office. It is in the light of the precarious situation Edo State has found itself under Governor Obaseki, which is almost akin to anarchy, that the All Progressive Congress, APC, is calling on the federal government to declare state of emergency in Edo. Mr. Obaseki, who claimed he spent $2 billion on a security trust fund a few months ago, has so far been unable to protect the lives of Edo people, with daily cases of kidnappings and killings on the Benin-Eho-Auchi road. Fear and insecurity have become the order of the day in Edo, yet he gets 800 million naira monthly as security vote.
For them to sit before Edo people and talk about declaring a state of emergency in Edo State, it's a slap on the face of not just Edo people, a slap on the face of all Nigerians. Clowns that represent that party within Edo State will come and talk about a state where things are up. If I say relatively calm, then I'm doing a disservice to the state of things in Edo State. In the last 3 months, this state has recorded near zero violent crime in this country. So it is ridiculous to hear these things that these people have said today. Are the lights not there? Is that a white elephant project? Is the secretariat building not standing? Is that a white elephant project? Are people not using it? Is the Central Park, not there? Are people not going to use it because it's going to be open soon? Is the production center not there? Are people not using it? Obaseki has brought a complete redefinition to governance in the state. It has confused them. It has knocked them cold. It's rendered them speechless. They have nothing else to say but to tell lies.
Just heard there, you saw the APC man as well as the chief press secretary to the governor of Edo State throwing tantrums and attacking each other. That's what we see in states. In the year 2021, it was common in almost all the states where initially we saw the state assemblies battling their government, the battle between the state assemblies as well as the executive. And now we are moving straight to insecurity in some part of the country, especially the southeast. Imo State became a point in Nigeria where people started wondering what is going on. On a daily basis, what we hear is either prison break, the killing of police officers, burning down of different federal institutions and all that. They moved from there to, we started hearing, killed by unknown gunmen. And until a visitor into the state, who is a well-known politician, one time a member of the PDP and then became a member of the APC, was gunned down on his way to the airport to return to Abuja. That's talking about Golak. It was a common story in the year 2021, and it's been going on and on. We also heard the burning down of houses, and also communities have been shouting, Olu and some communities there have been shouting that they've been attacked and their children are being kidnapped, have been taken away. At the end of the day, they find out that they were attacked and the children taken away by the military task force. That's their story. But the government is insisting that these people are criminals who work for a particular political divide, a particular political personnel. That's what the government of Imo State is saying. Recall that just last week here, we also report the story of Uche Wosu that was initially announced that he was arrested, or initially it was announced that he was kidnapped and taken away by unknown gunmen. And later the police here in Abuja issued a statement that he is in their custody. And that has been the latest story. So let's quickly come back to the studio. And Barrister Dan Wayawu is still with us. And he is interested in the issue after watching all these segments from the former governor to Uche Wosu to representatives of the Imo State government. Is not here to look at all the issues there. Thank you, Barrister, for remaining with us. You see, we cannot just talk about national when we don't go to the grassroots. So we need to go to the state at this moment. The issue of Imo is one that even Nigerians are concerned about. Does it mean that these two people cannot reconcile their differences? Because what we see is either the governor is pointing finger at the former governor is saying the boys are people who are working with the governor are the ones doing what they did. You heard what Uche Wosu said here and what Roch has also said. So what's going on in Imo State?
I think we should not start the discussion by starting on a wrong pedestal. You said the former governor and the present governor. The present governor. For them to reconcile.
Yes.
The issue is not personal.
Are you sure?
And this must get into our heads.
The former governor made a statement. Remember, he made a statement one day.
What did he say?
He said when they burnt down they burnt down somewhere close to the government house.
Yes.
I think the prison.
Yes.
The correctional center close to the government house. He made a statement that it was politically motivated.
Yes.
When they went to touch the government house, some part of the government house, he said it was politically motivated, and he knows the people who are doing this. So why would you not say...
I want you to be patient and listen to me. You see, when that correctional center was attacked, prisoners released, my intel, within 48 hours, confirmed that the attack in the correctional center was not done by APOP, and it was not done by ESN. I came here on a program, and I said emphatically that it was politically motivated. And I was asked, how do you mean? It was done by politicians who had lost power. I made it very clear. That was then. And along the line, that argument started coming up. What happened? You see, it is a very big thing that is very unfortunate. Imo people are not known or used to that kind of a thing. This thing started as soon as the president governor assumed office.
Okay.
These people, you say quarreling with the governor, they paid him a visit, they congratulated him. But the same Rochas went back to him and said, look, dismantle the Judicial Commission of Inquiry established by His Excellency Hedioha.
Okay.
Probing the activities of land grabbing and stealing in the state. Governor Hope told him, no, it is not possible. Let us see what they will do. He said that was the condition for his support. And he left angrily. It was in the public space. And he was also quoted as having said that he will make the state ungovernable.
Really?
He will make the state, this governor, restless, that he cannot rest. That's
But
why
was that a word? He said it, or he was quoted?
I'm coming to German. I have appeared on different programs here,
I
both
know.
here on channels.
Yes.
I didn't hide it. I am not interested in the problem they have in their party. I'm not in their party. I am interested in what happens in my state. And that is why people like us will never stop speaking. What is happening in the states? Now, immediately that body continued with this work. Are you aware that our university, that hundreds, billions of naira was spent to establish, but the state was just given 10% by Rochas administration, Rochas Okorocha and his administration, that Hobu Zodema has recovered it. NUC, few weeks ago, handed all the papers back to him. And that's why that university today is answering K.O. Mbadiwe University. Rochas appropriated it to himself, took 90% of that university and gave it to Rochas Foundation, whatever it's called. He has recovered hundreds of plots of land taken from individuals forcefully, plots of land, property of government, and appropriated it himself. These things have been recovered by this government. I mean, he's not comfortable with it. And when you're not comfortable with it, you have to put more pressure on the government. Let the government not rest. Put issues. And that's why I refer to you to that interview after that correctional center attack. It was very clear. I said it was done by politicians in the state who have lost power. And that thing is chicken is coming home to roast. If governor has succeeded in recovering all these properties and more on the line, return to the owners. They are jubilating in Imo State. So and I give you one example.
Do you know you are just saying categorically now that Rochas Okorocha is the problem of Imo State?
Now I'm coming to that. Allow me to say it. Let me get there. By the time I finish my analysis, I will say what I want to say. Look, you know Imo Broadcasting Corporation. That was the one that pained me to my heart. Even though I'm nobody in the state when it comes to government business. That was a place we send our request cards to when I was a student in the secondary school. Please help me greet Ijoma, blah, blah, blah. Get me greet my mother. And then that day, you will listen to the radio. You will hear your name. Rochas stole it and gave it to Rochas Foundation.
Sorry, because we don't have a paper. We don't have a proof.
No, it's part of the one that has been.
You are a lawyer. You are a lawyer.
Yes. Look, I'm a lawyer.
So we should be careful when we use some terms.
I take full responsibility of what I said here.
Yeah.
Full responsibility. And allow me to flow. I'm a lawyer.
Yes.
Senior lawyer for that matter. So when I say, when you have taken what does not belong to you without the consent of the owner, what is it called? It is stealing. The law defines it.
The law defines it,
yes.
but no law has said he stole it.
No. We have already recovered it. The court has given it.
If they recovered it.
Just a minute. We have recovered it among the hundreds. I'm just giving you an example.
I understand. But we still need to allow the courts to say, yes, this man is a thief.
This one has been taken. Look, Chief Obafemi Awolowo said when he was in politics, when he was alive, he said, when you see a man that is a thief in politics, there is no other name to call him rather than a thief. That's just on the social way. But we still need to look at the legal implication of that. That man can sue. Let him sue me. When I have reports of Judicial Commission of Inquiry that has said these things were misappropriated? What do you call it?
Or put together by what? The government in power?
No. It wasn't this government that put it in place.
Okay.
It was Ihedion's government.
Okay.
And the properties are seen. The facts are there. The evidence is momentous. So we have recovered most of them. So what you have to do then is to try and make sure that there is no peace in the state. People in Imo State, they are aware of these things. You see, when you argue like this, people will think you are speaking. I have no business to speak for the government. We are concerned that money that should have been used to develop the state, we are using it to cure insecurity. And you can't be running up and down. How did they acquire the lands we are talking about and the properties? Uche Nwosu was the commissioner for lands. I want you to understand the nexus. He was commissioner for lands. All these things were taken away from people of Imo State and from government of Imo State when Uche Nwosu was commissioner. So it is easy. I don't know why they arrested him. But I condemn in its entirety going to the house of God, going to the church, going to the mosque to arrest anybody. Police did not do their job very well. If they had wanted him, they would have waited for him after the church premises, out of the church premises, or somewhere else. So nobody, no sane person, will give police kudos the way they arrested him.
The way they act.
But all the other stories they are calling, they are saying that, should we shoot him? Should we do this? It wasn't 10 minutes I got the message of the so-called kidnap. The police issued a statement that he was under arrest and he was in their custody. So their methods and their way, and they came up with a further statement that there was an attempt that they had invited him many times. He did not show up. Nobody is above the law.
So how did they now release him?
No, that was not.
If they say they arrested him because they invited him so many times, he didn't show up. But the same police released him.
Ijoma, my intel is still working on that, just like many people. But I can tell you something. You see, Nigeria is a place where big names think that they can do anything and get away with it. All people start making calls. Call the IG, call this chief, call this SZ.
Sorry, Basawayan, yes. Don't you think we should allow the police do their job and come out with a report?
No, that's what we are saying.
Okay.
You asked me a question why he was released so quickly.
That is it.
Now,
if you say he was picked, he was arrested by the police, but he is saying he wasn't arrested because of the way they handled him.
No, the police said they arrested him. I wasn't the one that said so.
Yes.
And he was with the police up to the time of his release. So who are we to say that it wasn't the police that arrested him? Police said they arrested him. He was in their custody. So why the sudden release is a different matter. But let me not lose the facts of what I'm saying. What I am saying is that, you see, the issue is not personal between the governor and Rochas, the former governor. The issue is purely crime committed against the people of Imo State. And the determination of the present governor to recover all those things taken away from the state. I think the governor has done a lot in that respect. I will concentrate in the good ones that he has done. And most people in Imo State are even feeling that the current governor is using kid gloves in dealing with the former governor and his administration. I want you to take a deep study or investigation into what happened in the state during that 8 years. As if people were blindfolded, as if people were under a spell. All those things happened in the state, and people kept quiet. That's why some of us and those in the civil society will say, no, we're not going to keep quiet. Let us now see what is happening in our state. Let us see what is happening in our state. So the issue of insecurity, as you have asked, as it relates to the federal, is how it is applicable in Imo. And this argument of pushing it, trying to run away from it, will not work. I think what the former governor is trying to do is to preempt. Don't forget, the present governor said on the 3rd of January, 3rd or 4th, that he will release the names of those involved in insecurity in the state. He's trying to preempt that his name will come there. And of course, if they have facts and evidence that you had a hand in it, your name will be released. Nothing will happen. Anybody found wanting, his name should be released. Let more people see it. If heaven wants to fall, let heaven fall. We have enough men in Imo to hold it. So let nobody hoodwink us into changing the narrative on the issue of Uche Nwosu and the arrest. Rochas Okorocha, Senator Rochas Okorocha should realize that he is no longer the governor of Imo State. We have had governors before. Governor Chikudenwa or Hakim, they are all staying quietly, making their contributions. Why must it be you? These people left quietly. Just a minute. You defeated Hakim. There was no issue. Why must it be you now? That whoever took over from you will not have peace, unless he goes to your dictates.
But Uzodinma didn't take over from him, just like you said earlier.
No. Legally.
Okay, legally.
You know, you reminded me that I'm a lawyer.
Yes, you're a lawyer. That's true. When you keep saying hope should allow this government to work, Rochas should allow this government to work. I talked about a list that they will release.
No, not that list. Governor said he will release the list.
That's what I'm saying. You talked about a list the governor wants to release.
Yes.
Why is the governor keeping the list till this moment? No, I expected that the list
not in a position to know when they finish their come on, Ijoma. You're not in a position to know when they finish their investigation.
No, I am not in a position to know it. But instead of going ahead telling people that we will release a list, we also have such in the federal too. List of corrupt politicians will be released, and up till now we are not.
They are having stakeholders meeting that day. They want to release it to the stakeholders, and I think that is the appropriate place to release it. So this argument of talking to everybody in Nigeria, it is not a personal matter between Governor Hope Uzodinma, and Senator Rochas Okorocha. Senator Rochas Okorocha should take his place in the state. He is no longer in power. A new sheriff is in town. You cannot be behaving as if you are still in government. And when you keep behaving like that and that thing has not left your head, you will continue to be involved in all practices that will not be in the interest of the people. I have said it before here. I, Dawanyamu, convinced Rochas to run for governor. I did. Go and ask Modimere. He's then chief of staff. He later made deputy governor and sacked him. I did. And if there's a decision I have regretted in this country, that is one decision I have regretted. I didn't know it was a scam. I didn't know these things will happen this way. More people met me just a minute, Ijoma. People met me and say, see what you gave us. See what you gave us.
Barrister Dan.
Yes.
It seems that's your anger with Rochas Okorocha.
No.
Because from the way you're talking,
I am concerned with what he did and what he did not do.
But did you see him do it? Because that's it. That's why I brought in the issue of law. If they investigated it and they said they are still investigating. So
if the property that has been confiscated through due process, he claimed that they were his own, why has he not challenged them in court?
But you're a politician. You've been in politics for a very long time. In this country, we have seen government do the same thing to people that they are not on the same line.
You see, the problem is that Rochas Okorocha has unquenchable thirst to acquisition of property. He has tell anybody who knows him. That is what put the problem. Similar thing is happening somewhere in Benin. And it will be reversed by the new government. You don't take what belongs to the people and tell the new government to keep quiet. If more people has told Senator Hope Uzodinma, if this is the only thing you do for us, please recover all. Recover the money, Paddy Scrub. Recover all the money President Buhari sent to Imo State to pay salaries, allowances, and pensions. They entered voicemail. These are the things that are happening, that you are finding in Imo. We cannot allow it to happen. And very soon, if the government is not fast in its actions, we will organize and march to that government house. There are civil society groups, there are many of us that think that the governor should not leave any stone unturned, no matter who blackmails him. You are calling the president to intervene and warn Senator Hope Uzodinma. I am calling President Muhammad Buhari in the name of Almighty Allah. Don't interfere in this matter that has to do with gross corruption. Don't. You visited Imo. Just a minute. You visited Imo. President Buhari visited Imo.
Understand. I know where you're going to. That
where am I going to? Are you
I know where you're going to. That all these are yours. I have heard that before.
Oh, you heard what the president said?
I have heard it before.
Oh, President got there and thought it was new government house.
No,
and that's the same president you are calling to intervene. President Muhammad Buhari, please don't intervene. Rather help the government through EFCC and other agencies
That's
of
where I was going. That's
to
exactly where I
recover
want
what has
to
been
go
taken
to.
from us.
But Mr. Wanya, why don't you allow the Economic and Financial Crimes Commission do their job?
No, it's not.
Instead of this kind of political tagging of somebody that the person is corrupt.
EFCC is not the only body that can recover money.
That we know.
Yes.
When you recover
there are let me tell you, I'm a lawyer. You told me I'm a lawyer.
Yes.
There are laws in every state that you can take what was taken without the consent of the owner, which is the definition of stealing. There are ways of taking care of that. Every state can do that. You can also, maybe where the government should involve EFCC, is like the properties that are some acquired during the tenancy of that office, acquired with the funds of the state. There are some. They have gotten some in Jos and Dubai. So it is not a small matter. Don't call the president. If you like, call all the emirs in the north. They will not interfere. They should first of all ask question, what happened in Nimo? What happened in Nimo is critical. And don't preempt what has not happened. If I were his shoes, I would tarry a while. Let the list come out. If I find my name there, I will take it off from there. So you should not create a situation of panic, a situation of insecurity, because you suspected or you have been hinted that your name is in that list that will be released in the next quarter meeting on Monday or Tuesday next week. So it is not a personal matter. He has an issue with people of Imo State.
Now let me ask you this question.
Yes.
Why? What you're saying now is that they arrested Uche Wosu because they
I don't know why they arrested him. But there are many reasons to arrest him, because I'm talking of the one I asked. If you ask me, he was commissioner of lands.
Of course.
When all these property were taken away. Uche Wosu was the commissioner for lands.
That's not enough for the kind of dehumanized
No. I have condemned the way they did it. I'm a lawyer. I'm a civil rights. I fight for human rights. Since 1979-80, I have been fighting as a trade unionist. I've been fighting for the wounded, the cheated, the hounded, the oppressed. I am too old to stop. It is already in my vein. It's in my blood. So the way the police handled Uche Wosu, I condemn it in its entirety. But we should not lose sight of the content or the reason for his arrest. We should not be looking at where or how. They should apologize to the church. The church will take it in good faith, because we live. I am an Anglican. I was baptized in the Anglican church. I did my catechism. My father was a catechist. I did my confirmation in the Anglican church. I am married in Anglican church. So I will not be happy that such thing happened in my church of birth. It is condemnable. But that has not eroded the facts of the arrest. And that's my interest, the facts of the arrest. So that we will not be talking about Uche Wosu. The police had made him popular. After all, who was Uche Wosu before 8 years ago?
It was a candidate.
He can be a candidate. This was a guy that was among the 10,000 people that applied for job during Haken's time. So is it a situation of when you sleep with governor's daughter, and then you later marry her, you become a governor? Then people should be looking for governor's daughters to sleep with, so that they can be governor. It
takes one person for you to become somebody.
No. I agree with you. I agree with you. But I agree with you. That is what is in the head. You see, we must bring ourselves to a level that humility will be in our head. We should not be moving as if we have conquered everywhere. You cannot conquer Imo people.
Okay, we need.
So that is the point we are talking about.
We need to go for a short break. Thank you for remaining with us. You can be part of this program. If you have a comment, you can just send it to go to the Facebook page, my Facebook page. You can use the Facebook Messenger, send in your message. Mr. Dan Wayan is still in the studio, where he is talking about Imo State, not just Imo State, also reviewing the year 2021 with us tonight on the program. So let's come back to the issue of Imo before we go to national issues. Now, did you watch the Rochas Okorocha's interview?
Yes, I did.
And you listened to what he said?
Yes, I did.
He made mention of the killing of Golak. That's something, that's a revelation that he gave.
Well, I had it, and the death of Golak is unfortunate, and it's something that police must unravel. But all I remember, during the primaries of APC in Imo, when Golak had to escape, he said it to whoever cared to listen, that some of those who lost the primaries told him that he will pay for it. He said so. One of those that lost the primaries, he will pay for it. So I don't know how the issue came about. This is weapon of sentiments. Trying to change the narrative, as I told you. Why bring the issue of Gulag now? We have an issue pending. Issue of insecurity. Issue of looted property and funds of the state. You are bringing the issue of Gulag, which the police is handling. But everybody had the statement from Gulag. It was even published. You will pay for it. We don't know whether that was the pay or another pay was to come before that one happened. But you see, he who calls police all the time is not all the time he will win. You can shout to heaven. What I am saying, what I'm saying as a member of opposition in the state is Governor Hope Uzodinma is the governor of the state today. He is the de facto and the jure governor of the state. Governor in fact and governor in law. Allow him to look at our roads. Allow him to look at our health sector. Allow him to look at our schools. Don't distract him. Money that will be used to do those things, you are allowing government now to use it to fight insecurity. That is the point I'm making. Whether you like it or not, he will be there until 2024. That is the law. So why do you want to fight? You use resources of the state to import insecurity. I said it, that insecurity was imported into the state. I almost swore that it was not done by IPOB. It was not done by ESN.
Okay,
because we know ourselves.
Okay,
it was later on. Don't forget, I added a rider when the thing continued. That was brought back, and that question was brought back to me.
Yes.
It was later on they decided to look for some locals, some people who never have faith in their own life. You start having 1, 2 Igbos into it, but they were still not IPOB members or ESN members. So everything was put to ESN and IPOB.
Let's look at.
Because Igbos, most of those things burnt in Igbo land were built by Igbo people.
Barrister Dan.
Yes.
Rochas Okorocha is the senator representing one of the senatorial districts now that is even under attack.
Yes.
Osu, Olu,
yes.
Those communities are already under attack.
Yes.
Do you not say that this same Rochas is the one causing trouble in your state when his own senatorial district is under attack?
You should also ask the question. Don't forget, Senator Hope Uzodinma, the governor, is from that senatorial zone.
Yes, that's what I'm saying.
You should ask yourself, why are they doing this thing in the senatorial zone of the governor?
So you want to tell me now that both of them are from the same senatorial zone?
Yes.
Probably that is why they are having this attack. Each other's throats.
I will explain to you.
Okay, explain to us.
You see, there is this argument that if you want to get a man, go close to his place. Ordinarily, common sense will tell me that a governor from Okigwe zone will not allow any such thing in his zone.
Exactly.
As it relates to other zones too. And if it happens, he will take decisive measures. What it means by common sense is that that governor will not have any reason to ignite or allow such thing to happen. It's like saying he cannot do it. So that's how, you see, I said in another interview, you don't kill soldiers.
And go free.
You don't. It has happened in Nigeria since I became an adult. You kill a soldier, they will come back. The recent being OD, Zaki Biam, they will come back. They're unlike the policemen will kick like anything in Nigeria. In refined climes like America, policeman is talking to you, you touch his uniform. That is, he might shoot you.
That's even against.
We don't even respect the police.
Yeah.
So we have carried that rascality to the military. So if you kill them, army will come back. And that's why you see them, when they storm a place, with or without consent, they go on reprisal attack.
So that
does not justify
Does it justify it?
I'm coming. That does not justify it. But you can see the last exercise done by the Joint Task Force. What did they do? They stormed the place, got about 30 youths, rescued the traditional ruler that was with them. People are not seeing these achievements. People are not seeing all this good. I'm concerned about achievements. I'm not concerned about all this primitive accumulation of wealth somebody has achieved that we are trying to get, all these modern considerations. I'm not. I'm interested in what has the governor done. Can he do more? What are the impediments to doing more? And that is why we must sit down and work, cooperate. I'm not saying you should join the party.
Right,
I am not joining. I'm not in APC.
Pastor Wanyan, our time is gone. Our time is gone, but just in 10 seconds, what should be your advice now? Since you are, I don't want to say you should call for peace between the two of them.
Thank you so much for your patience to watch from the beginning to the end. I hope you have learned something from the video you have just watched. The video you have just watched is to bring information to your doorstep and for educational purpose. It is not to demonize anybody. Let us watch continuously and see who can be able to make a sense out of every nonsense we are seeing. We must continue. We move. It doesn't matter what they do. It doesn't matter what they say. They will kill us. We will kill them. At the end of the day, Biafra is here. Thank you for watching. If you have not subscribed to the channel, please kindly subscribe to the channel. Click the notification bell so that you're notified each time I upload a video. You will be among the first to receive it. Thank you and remain blessed. Bye-bye. See you again.